What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about the Captain Marvel box office. Now, got a few changes here in the room. Still working on it. My mom did an awesome job of doing a little bit of rearranging while I was out of town. I'm back, and we're going to do a few tweaks, but other than that, it looks great. Thank you, Mom. You're awesome. Okay, let's get into it. Captain Marvel's box office. $155 million domestically, between 4 and 500 million worldwide, and this is a big problem. Now, we've got all of the trolls, the Captain Marvel bots, which are basically social justice warriors posing as Marvel fans. They are just having a field day with this because these people are nothing but opportunists. Where were they at after Solo failed? Where were they at after Ghostbusters 2016 failed? You know, they had no problem preaching about those movies in advance when they were coming out, calling everybody racist, sexist, all those nonsense names. They had no problem with all of those labels prior to those films coming out. And then those films ultimately failed. We never heard from these people again because they're not real fans of these properties. They are opportunists. They are posing as fans because they are SJWs. They are only looking for something that they can get involved with so they can infect their disease. And when they are not successful, they move on to something else. So these Captain Marvel bots are going crazy now because of the success of the opening weekend box office numbers for Captain Marvel. Now, what does this mean for the future of entertainment? This is a big problem potentially. Now, we still have the second weekend that's coming up that we're going to see how hopefully a massive fall for this movie. But even if it has a massive fall, the movie's still, it's almost at $500 million opening weekend. Now, is this because of Captain Marvel? Is this because of feminist propaganda? No, it's because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel did a very, very smart thing with this movie. There was a lot of strategy involved with this movie. Plus, it's been protected by all of the media. Rotten Tomatoes, the mainstream media, it's being protected all across the board. And they got the headlines they wanted. Highest grossing female-led superhero of all time opening weekend. They got all of the talking points that they wanted. And so, but Marvel was very smart in how they released this. They released this 6 weeks prior to Endgame, and Captain Marvel was the focus of the final shot in Infinity War. So, I mean, this movie had every opportunity to be successful, and it is successful right now based on the opening weekend numbers. You can't really dispute the fact that the numbers are solid. They're damn good. Now, you can dispute as to how those numbers came about. All of the Captain Marvel bots want to sit there and tell you it's Brie Larson and all this. Again, these are people that are nothing but opportunists, okay? They do not care about this stuff. They don't have any interest in this whatsoever. They are only here to push social justice. But with the success of the Captain Marvel box office, if this movie continues to go forward and make $800, $900 million, God forbid it makes $1 billion, I mean, we're not talking about just problems for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're talking about problems for Star Wars. I'm not saying Star Wars doesn't have problems, but a big moment happened when Solo failed. And look, when you're dealing with these companies that are all caught up in woke social justice, logic and reality doesn't really play a part in their decision making. But when their money starts getting affected, that's when they'll start to listen a little bit. And with Solo, their money started getting affected. And without the money, they don't have the power. Without the power, they can't control the narrative. So they have to have the money to control the narrative. They have to have it. So once Solo failed, now again, reality smacked them in the face. But as you know, they made excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Oh, it was Star Wars fatigue. Oh, it was the release date. Oh, it was too soon after The Last Jedi. You know, people are just, there's too many Star Wars movies coming out. They tried to spin it any way they could without them actually listening to reality. Now, if Captain Marvel would have been another Solo opening weekend, then maybe they would have really started to see, holy crap, people do not like this SJW nonsense. People don't like this feminist propaganda. But Captain Marvel is a success. Now, it's not a success because of the feminist propaganda and the SJW nonsense. It's a success because it was pushed strategically in the middle of Infinity War and Endgame. So they're going to take that success, and again, they're not going to apply logic and common sense to it. They're going to apply their agenda and narrative to it. So they're going to say, people have been striving, they've been starving, they have been longing for a female-led movie where a woman comes out there and tells the men they can go F off. They've been waiting for this. No, this is a Marvel success. This has nothing to do with Brie Larson. This has nothing to do with Captain Marvel. This has nothing to do with the propaganda you've put into the film. This has to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they're not going to view it this way. So now moving forward, Captain Marvel's success could be a big, big problem. And again, I'm not saying we already don't have big problems in the entertainment industry, because we clearly do, but they are going to take the success of Captain Marvel, and even though you know, and I know, and anybody with common sense understands that this movie is successful because of where it was placed and what it was placed in between, they're not going to look at it like that. They're going to look at it and go, this is what people have been wanting. They've been wanting a strong woman, and they have never gotten it because, you know, they don't really understand history. They don't think about logic. Your Black Panther was the first ever movie in the history of existence that had a black lead actor in it and a black superhero. You know, they ignore all of the facts that came before it. So now they're treating Captain Marvel like it's the first female-led superhero film ever, even though just, 2 years ago, we got one of the greatest comic book movies I've seen in a long time in Wonder Woman that pleased everybody, and it didn't have a divisive nature, but they completely ignore that because they can't play the victim card. Captain Marvel is perfect for them because they can play the victim card narrative, because Brie Larson's thrown so many race bombs and hate bombs and sexist bombs, and the people have gotten tired of it, and they've responded. Not just men, not just white men, people from all races and all genders from all over the world have responded to Brie Larson's nonsense. But now they can play the victim card. They can sit there and call us all trolls, and they can use this success to further push their agenda, and it can affect, and it will affect more properties moving forward. So for any strides forward that was made with Solo and Ghostbusters 2016, Captain Marvel has pushed us even further back than we were before those movies came out. So this is a big problem. Will the second week play a big part into it? I mean, yeah, if it's a 70% drop, then that's going to speak volumes. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Like I said, I thought this movie would at least open up to $120 million. It opened up to 155. And so I just want to say, pay attention, because this is going to be a problem. Captain Marvel is going to have a big effect on more entertainment properties, and not just Disney stuff. No. Entertainment companies as a whole are looking at this, and they are trying to figure out any way they can to push their agenda into something. Even if they have to take something that was built by not pushing agendas into it, which this Marvel Cinematic Universe was, and it was beautifully built and beautifully developed with none of this garbage in it. And now they have pushed this into it strategically right in the middle of two of the biggest films that will ever happen. And now this movie is now getting some of that success that Infinity War and Endgame were giving it. And it's really depressing. And yes, we have the Marvel bots. And again, I need to urge you. I mean, look at all of their accounts, okay? Look at all of their accounts. They were all created in March or February or January. Like, they just were created because these people don't care about this stuff. Okay, they're the same people that created bot accounts for Solo, and then we never heard of them after Solo released. You know, if you're a fan of a movie, if you're a fan of a character, if you're a fan of some continuity, you don't just bail on it because it fails. I've been standing by Adam Sandler for years, okay? I don't love all of his movies. I still love Terminator Salvation. That movie failed miserably. I still love that movie, you know? But these bots, they are opportunists. That's all they are. And now they see an opportunity. They see an opportunity to pounce on something that has been built by other people. And Captain Marvel with her SJW nonsense and Brie Larson with her SJW nonsense and her man hate now have come onto a platform that was built by other people, and now she is taking advantage. So moving forward, the entertainment industry as a whole, this could have huge effects. So let's pay attention to the second weekend box office, and we'll see how this all plays out. You guys have a great day. Check out geeksandgamers.com. Check out my personal channel, D-Day Cobra, D-D-A-Y-C-O-B-R-A. And make sure you subscribe, and have a great day, and we will talk to you later.